Welcome to Living Magically. I'm your host, Michelle Orwick, and this week is April 27th through 28th. I guess today is the 28th, but the new moon this week actually happened yesterday. It was at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock on, depending where you are, on Sunday, and it brings us into the new moon, and it was a super moon, meaning closest to the earth, which means we feel it in our blood, we feel it in our bones, and we feel it in our DNA. This super moon is in Taurus, and of course I love Taurus because it is my birth sign, and I felt it in my essence. But more importantly, this is the most lovely of new moons. Now, some people are still feeling some energy because there's a lot of other things in the atmosphere going around right now. So it is a new moon, and today, I'm filming this on Monday, is still in Taurus with it in a harmony to the north and south nodes. So essentially, what we're looking at this week is no planets in retrograde and a new moon energy as it's getting toward that full moon, and there's no planets in retrograde until May 4th. So that means all week until May 4th, which is at the end of this week, we have it's really next Sunday, we have the last of this year's no planets in retrograde. And what does that mean? That means that starting on May 4th, we have a planet moving, which is Pluto, moving into reverse. And we will have that for the entire rest of 2025. This is the sweet spot. And while it may not feel comfortable, the invitation here is to get into alignment. The invitation is to really seek, whether that's through meditation or journaling or sitting alone with yourself or talk therapy where you're talking to someone about your dreams. And I mean your big picture dreams, your bigger goals, your frequency, your vibration. What is it you're creating? And connecting to the third eye, connecting to the mind's eye, the inner eye, I call it the first eye or the eye of creation, connecting to that pineal gland and activating it for the clarity of your true soul's purpose, your true desires, your true dreams, your soul's alignment. This is the week, and it's a beautiful week. We have Beltane, which for those of you who follow that tradition, it's the halfway mark between the the spring equinox and the summer solstice. So it's that halfway moment between those two. And it's a festival of spring and renewal and growth. There's still some planting season depending on where you live. I'm in Florida, so it's kind of the last moments of the planting season. I planted my sunflower seeds yesterday with my intentions as the sun is growing larger in the sky. It's a good time for vision boards and creative lists and mantras to be in the energy of I have, and I claim, and I create, and I am. And it's time for that realignment and alignment, harmony, and coherence are big words this week. And what I see is, what is your soul's journey? What is your desire? What is working for you and what isn't working for you? And you might see some revisitation of things you've tried in the past that feel important to you but didn't work. There's energy to readjust and recalibrate and be on that new path. There's some energy where it's Taurus, so we want to beautify our homes. And this whole season until May 20th, you may want to clean your homes and look at what isn't working for you and find things and objects of beauty that are working for you. I just created a meditation corner, and I've always had that a little bit, but I got really intentional about creating a space that makes it inevitable that I will meditate because it's so inviting. How do you set yourself up with systems and formulas for success? How do you eliminate the distractions? One of the questions that I'm being asked is, if not now, then when? A lot of times we put things off, we wait for the perfect timing, and now is the time. There is no better time than now and the future. You will just be asking yourself again next year. If you don't do it now, you'll just be asking yourself again. So I like this beautiful Taurus candle for us. And I just want you to connect in your heart. Place your hand on your heart, and heart-brain coherence is what we're really looking for. And this is that new petal of the 8-year cycle of Venus. And we are rising as the morning star right now. We're intending our new things with this new moon. And someone said, I didn't do my ritual on Sunday. I actually feel like there's a whole week where you can be doing new moon, new intention ritual. I think that it's going to feel like the start of 2025 here in May. I feel like as we come into the new month, there's a time to review, as we've got 4 months down and 8 months to go in this time frame. What is your focus? And create an intentional focus. Set some clear intentions, align, and that means to me literally lining up your spine, literally working with your chakras, and finding that coherence, heart, mind's eye coherence. It's a beautiful thing. We are choosing for our peace. We are choosing for our soul. We're choosing for our growth. And while it may seem like the whole world may be falling apart around us, choose to align with your inner harmony, your inner peace. And remember some mantras for this week. I am enough. There is enough. There is always enough. I will have enough. I am enough. I will be enough. Another one might be peace is my priority and I choose peace. Another one might be I align with love and I choose love and I choose me. And these are our good mantras for right now. If you're going to be doing any kind of love magic, this is a great week. That Beltane energy, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, wonderful time for intending and setting intentions for falling in love, calling in a new love, falling deeper in love with yourself. There's an incredible opportunity for self-care rituals, your everything bath or shower, deeper self-care practices, anything that nourishes the soul, soft, comfortable, creating beauty, creating art. I love that art is in the word heart. And so paint or create something that aligns with that beauty within you. And remember, it does start from the heart. It starts within you. And so as you do that, find your soul, find and create what is your true north. What is that you're focusing on? And maybe there's some things to let go of. I notice that there's a lot of, I don't work with this person anymore. I can't stay in this marriage anymore. I can't be the same. And it's an inside job. Be the peace. Be the partner you want to be. Be the self-love. Come into that self-evolution. We're evolving, we're aligning, we're recalibrating. And it's, Taurus is a little bit selfish, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's a stubbornness in staying aligned, and that creates habits. There's habit stacking is a great thing to do. Create self-care practices and meditative practices and health practices that set you up for success and make things inevitable. Set it on the calendar. Take 10 minutes a day for something. You don't have to do it all today, but you'll be amazed if you send the message to the universe by spending 10 minutes a day on just one thing. It sends a message to make it easier, and we start aligning with it, and we start creating new habits and stacking those habits to become the person you've always meant to be. And sometimes it feels like the basics. It's going back to the things you have done before. Maybe these were things you used to do before last year or before the pandemic, or maybe it's things that you do this one but not that one, and then you do that one but not this one. And really the idea is to do all the things you know make you successful, peaceful, joyful, and coherent, and create a life that finds that meaning. I do think Taurus and this new moon is asking you to find meaning and purpose and alignment, but it's also asking you for creativity and self-love and joy and bliss. And these things are all available, even though there's chaos. And the chaos is moving out of those feelings. So if you can't find peace, go inward. If you can't find calmness, go inward. If you're worried about something that's outside of you, worry about what you think and your own feelings and emotions. This is going to bring you into that coherence. The mind can create all kinds of things. And so what we really want to do is come back to the certainty of who you are, the certainty of what you're creating, the certainty of, I choose this, and therefore everything is always working out for me. I am enough. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am whole. There's another good mantra for you. And this is that week. So again, vision boards, spiritual practices. And so if you're watching this soon enough, come out tonight to the Center Street oil meditation that we do every month. This month it's a Taurus New Moon Beltane bliss experience. We have a compassion circle next week at the Urban Ashram. And I have finally heard you. I hear you. Those of you who have been saying you're doing all these things in person. I need something to be doing online. We have sat down and created a chakra magic course that'll be delivered every other Monday night starting in a couple of weeks. It starts officially on May 19th, and we're going to go through a journey of the chakras, but from a magical perspective, from a healer and creator's perspective. And so if you've done chakras with me, there's something a little bit different to this one. And some things will always be the same because, as I said, going back to the basics is always an opportunity. So If you're looking for a little bit of magic in your life and you want to join me online, we'll be doing that at 7 o'clock on Monday nights. And if you know that you're going to do this, get ahead right now, because we'll be doing a 5-5 activation, because next Monday is the 5-5. And of course, I will be doing our normal Monday call here on the podcast. But if this is something you want to really dive into, we're going to be activating the Kundalini in the deeper dive in person, and I mean in person on Zoom call online activation on the 5-5. So if you join early enough for the chakra class, you'll get that 5-5 activation call as a bonus. So join now, and we will have that available for you next Monday. So it's a wonderful, fabulous time to be playing in the field. This is a summer, and I'm going to call it the summer of creation. I don't know if anybody realizes this, but I almost always declare something. I've had psychic summer school, and I've had the summer of love. This is the summer of creation. That is my personal theme, and I'll be taking that into my work. If you want to join me, that could be in many ways. You could join us in the chakra class. You could join us in adding to your theta healing profile with the spiritual life coaching program, or you can do that one-on-one with me. I have just taken on one new Living Magically client, but that means I have one more for the summer. It'd be a big deep dive for 90 days, basically ending at the end of August, and we would go deep, and we would go into exactly what you want to create your magical dream life. And you can also do that no matter where you are. It is the perfect time to journey forward into aligning with your soul. And so that is the theme this week. One more week of no retrogrades before we move into a season where things are good. It's not about, I'm not saying that May is bad. I'm just saying that May 4th is the beginning of having more planetary alignment. So now's your time this week. So take time to take stock, do a review, let go of what isn't serving you, and create, align, be coherent, and make everything just clear in your own insight. Make it inevitable by gaining clarity, making habits, taking action on that which is going to support you and build for you and be part of the next 8 years. That's the cycle. So Venus goes in an 8-year cycle, and this is that beginning of that 8-year cycle. So what are you creating with that goddess of love? What are you creating in the areas that she rules? Love, money, home, relationship, beauty, art. I mean, think Venus and Aphrodite, all of those things. And in Egyptian astrology, that would be Hathor. So what is it that are the themes of the divine feminine? And make them balance out too. There's an action of taking alignment with the action steps, the divine masculine. So the vision, the creation of the divine feminine in alignment with the action, the habits, and the alignment of the divine masculine. When woven together, we create coherence, we create harmony, we create miracles. And so today, my friends, a new moon on a Monday, as Duran Duran says, we have magic and miracles all week long. Where it can be difficult is where you're out of alignment. So if you do feel agitated, if you do feel like you want to be aggressive with someone or they're aggressive with you, there's something to be looked at. So when something comes up that isn't harmonious, look at it as a gift of what is it I'm being asked for here? How do I find peace as my priority? How do I get into coherence and harmony with this? What needs to change within me? What am I looking at from a place of judgment? And how can I move forward with the mantras of, I am enough, there is always enough, I am whole, I'm complete, and everything is always working out for me. All right, wonderful. I love you. Keep feeling the feels and living the love and leading with your heart, your beauty, and the Venus energy. And I will see you again next week. Live magically.